just incredible. Two. DJ Sour Milk.
One. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Yeah, it's that time. Power 106, LA
Yeah.
Leakers Liftoff Show.
Uh-huh.
Just incredible.
Sour milk.
And we in here, man, with the family.
Man, we here.
Fabulous.
We here.
Jadakiss. I mean, between these two brothers, a lot of amazing rap albums, a lot of amazing rap moments. It's really a privilege. I know we've sat down with both of y'all individually, but to have you both up here tonight at the same time is like a real honor, man. And we thank you guys for checking us out tonight.
Thank you, man. Those are some kind words, man. We like being in y'all presence as well. You know, y'all have always honored us. Y'all always play the joints. Y'all always just rock with us, you know, throughout our whole career. So it's a pleasure to be here as well.
Word up. Now talk to us about the album, man. Friday on Elm Street is officially here.
Yeah, man. We just cooked up a home cooked meal. You know what I'm saying? I know it's a lot of microwave dishes going on right now, but you know, we wanted to give the people something that felt authentic.
This is fresh.
Some authentic, fresh, you know, we just wanted to give you some authentic hip hop, you know, some authentic NYC,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, lyricism and just provide that music that we felt kind of was missing a little bit from the game right now. You know what I mean? Not saying that the game is in a sour place or wrong place, just, you know, you got to keep different vibes in the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we represent a vibe that we represent, and we gonna bring that to the table.
What definitely makes, you know, moments like this are very exciting for your fans, and then to do it collaboratively. Like when I know y'all have been making music for a minute, but to come together and decide to do the whole project, like how did that come about?
It started from freestyles. We was doing the freestyles on Friday.
Man.
In the morning, and that he was doing the midnight joints, and then I created a vibe, like he said, and then he came with the idea of Freddy versus Jason.
Yeah.
And then we actually, you know, got together, went in the studio, talked about it, did a couple records, and then he went on tour, I went on tour, some things, you know, we had to go away and then come back to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just seen, you know, just how much interest the freestyles was generating, you know, and that was just something we were doing on the kind of just our love for the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The same way people come up and do it here at the Liftoff show. You know what I'm saying? It's just like kind of like, you know, so we was doing that on the strength, and then we just like, you know, well, why don't we come together? You know what I'm saying? And put our minds together to what we was already doing separately. And get a game something that, you know, they hadn't seen before, you know what I'm saying? So we just took the time to really put it together. Like he said, we had a couple things, scheduled things, whatever. Like, you know, it was even like licensing things, you know, the name Freddy versus Jason technically is the actual movie. Yeah. So, you know, we that's where Friday on Elm Street came from.
That's what I was going to say, because originally you guys changed the name of it.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it was due to that.
Licensing, they was on it.
That's a
They want some bread. Them people want their paper for that.
Like, yo,
you know what I mean?
We'll work around that.
Yeah. It's always a way around.
Yeah.
You know, it's always a finesse. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we had to.
Speaking of, you know, the freestyles and just staying relevant and jumping on, you know, tracks, and y'all have been doing that for many years, man. Y'all really have some classic moments. Do y'all miss the mixtape? Is this like a new, you know, version of, you know, the mixtape for people?
I think it is. I think you know,
I love
digital
the mixtape.
Man, the mixtape.
You know what I mean?
That
the word
like,
mixtape holds a lot of weight, holds
Right.
a lot of power.
Especially when you're, you know, it's like where you come from, like where your core has come from. You know, I think both of our, you know, bases come from our core of, you know, providing mixtapes to the streets, being on, you know, mixtapes, coming up on Clue mixtapes, like all of those things. You know, to graduating to different levels of our career. So, you know, all of that makes us who we are. So that's how our mixtapes is always gonna be special.
Do y'all got those like MP3 archives? Like, are they seem like they're hard to dig up sometimes, man. But y'all got classic verses.
I got a nice amount of them.
Yeah, I got most of them in an iTunes library. I got a couple Clue tapes even. I got a couple Clue CDs. You know, Clue be having them. I've stole a couple from him that he, you know what I mean, that he wasn't paying attention about or worried about. and you know, I just keep them for, you know, kind of like nostalgic purposes.
Yeah,
you know what I
hell
mean? Like,
yeah.
it's just dope, even if you ain't even listening to them, you got them there, like, you know what I mean? It takes you back even just looking at it, you know what I mean?
No doubt, man.
And how much of this project was you guys together in the studio as opposed to sending shit back and forth, or was most of it just sending shit back and forth?
A lot of it was together.
We was
We did
there.
both ways though.
Yeah, we did both, but we
You know
was
what I'm
there
saying?
for a lot of it.
That's dope.
Yeah,
And do you
it's-
guys have a preference? I mean, obviously the vibe is probably way crazier when you're both in the
I
studio.
like vibe, especially like in a collaborative effort, because even especially sometime when you're doing records that, you know, you chiming back and forth on each other, you know what I mean? Sometimes the email you could just do a verse and do a verse and,
right.
you know what I mean, to come together. But sometimes other records y'all are more putting together, you know what I mean? I think it's better to be in the studio. you know what I mean?
And being that both of you are so well respected, you know what I'm saying, in the hip hop game, do you guys have to tell each other like, yeah, maybe you should change up that bar, or do you guys kind of just step back and let each other do your thing?
No, I don't think it's like in a critical place. Even if we recording together, if we hear something where each of us could say it to make it feel better or whatever like that,
for
we
the
definitely
project.
get
It's for the
it's for the
cause,
better
like,
of the
there's There's no
No egos involved.
Yeah, nah.
You gotta leave the ego
Yeah.
outside.
That's dope.
How was picking the production on this? Like, how does that process go for y'all?
That project, I mean, that process was different. When we first started, like you said, we took a break. When I first started, I came to Kiss and was like, I think we should just get some names.
Went for the
You know what I mean? Because I felt like
Went for the sticker.
you see Fab, Kiss, produced by Just Blaze. You like, oh my God, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it automatic before you even hear the song.
Yeah.
But some of it wasn't working. It was, you know, it was moving a little slow doing it that way because, you know, different producers are in different bags. They doing different things. They might not be in their bag right then. And, you know what I mean? So we reached out to a couple guys and then we ended up just going with whoever had the best music. It wasn't about the name. It was, you know, we would tell them like, yo, we want a sound. We wanted a true hip hop sound, but we wanted a little dark. We wanted a little, you know, different from everything that's going on. We're not looking for melody. We're not looking for certain things that's going on right now. We just looking for what we want to bring to the table and let people experience that when they get this project. You know what I'm saying? And people was coming with it, and we was just jumping on whoever came with it. We started doing that route instead of just, you know, trying to play the name game. Like, you know what I mean?
Swiss got a couple on there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he came through in the
Yeah.
clutch.
I wanted Swiss to really be a part of just because how influential he's been to both our careers too,
Right.
you know what I mean, and connected he's been to us. So it was something I was praying for. Even when we had the name, when we was playing the name game, like Swiss was in one of the names too. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
it was cool that he, you know, he still was a part of it.
The Freddy Jason, you know, tie-in. Like, how did you pick who was gonna be who, and like what? How do you feel you, I guess, relate to those characters?
I was born Jason.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
His real name is Jason.
That's right.
So.
That's right.
So it was an easy fit for him. You know what I mean? I guess I had to take Freddy,
Freddy, right.
and even with the F, so
Yeah,
Fab and
Fab,
Freddy, they
Freddy.
kind of, you know what I mean? In relation to the characters, I think like it kind of played too because Freddy is, you know, more witty. He had a one-liners and he's what's the name and Kiss is like really like his flow is so strong too. Like Jason, the actual the villain.
Yeah.
He just, you know what I mean. You know how you running from him, you can't get from him. He don't gotta
walk
say
up to
much.
you and snap
He get it. Yeah. Jason is just like he was seeing him right there, and you turn this way and running to him right here. Like, there's no way to get away from him. So, you know what I mean. I think that both of those kind of things played, you know what I mean, into the characters of it too.
And what's the plan, you know, individually for y'all both, man? More projects on the way. I know you're in the studio all the time.
Yeah, more music. We want to go on the road too with this too.
Yeah, I was
you know
gonna
what
ask
mean?
about that. We're gonna
Hit
maybe
the
get a
road.
tour to promote the project.
Yeah,
top of the
want to
year.
do that. We had already, when we announced it the first time, we was doing a lot of shows, you know, just pop-up shows. People was just, you know, booking a show between us two, and we would, between our catalogs, we were just doing, you know, our old songs. So now we got a chance to do, you know, the new songs and the,
right.
you know what I mean? So I think it could work. We got to build a set. We could do whatever we want now too, like, you know what I mean?
How we feeling about the state of hip hop right now? What are you guys thinking, man? Because you've seen all kinds. We sat down many times throughout the years, and you know, we kind of alluded this to earlier, but I feel like, you know, it's in a good place right now. You know, each city's got some shit sparking.
Right.
But just kind of wanted to get your take on it because this moment for New York specifically is an important moment.
Not only that, but real MC shit
Right.
is
Right.
really working.
Moving, yeah.
That's what I was going to speak on. I think the game definitely is in a good place, but like I was saying earlier, we got to keep all lanes open. You know, I think hip hop always was at its best when it was different types of hip hop that you could, you know what I mean, you could enjoy. You know what I mean? You didn't have to just only be in one place. And the internet is also one of the things that opened that door, because a lot of time when your music, before the internet, music was very regional. You know what I'm saying? LA listened to West Coast music, the South listened to South, New York and the East Coast listened to, you know what I mean? But once the internet came, it kind of broke all of those regional lines, and everybody could, you know, people in New York could listen to Rick Ross, and people in, you know, on the West could listen to down south. So I like when it's like that, where you could get a taste of whatever you would like. And I just say that we got to keep the lanes open. I think sometimes commercially, one style of hip hop just gets the you know what I'm saying? So I even like when you look at an artist like Kendrick, I like that he gets radio play because he's not only representing trap music or, you know, or any kind of pop music. He's doing his music, and it's, you know what I mean? He still gets the light to, you know, play on radio play or commercial success or whatever like that. I still feel like sometimes hip hop does this thing where it just makes one kind of music the main, you know what I mean? The main thing that they push, and, you know what I mean? Radio in general, I think radio does it a lot too, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? And all music, you know, has its place. You know, fun turn-up music. You want to hear fun turn-up music in a club, you know what I mean? So, but when you have a platform that's supposed to expose all music, that's when you have to expose all music.
Yeah, we had that conversation with Nori a couple weeks ago, and he was kind of saying how other genres kind of have subgenres inside of their, you know, classic rock, you know, indie rock, and hip-hop just seems to be like, whatever the most popular shit is, like whatever's the turn-up in the club, and it's like, there's so many layers and levels to hip-hop, and that's why it's great to have a project from the two of y'all, because you guys offer that pure, raw, you know, bars, like Mel was saying. Just, you know.
When you're going through different shit, you want to hear different shit, too. Like, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, you going through something, you might not want to hear some turn-up shit in your ear right now. It's like, damn, I'm going through some shit right now. You know what I mean? I need some therapeutic music, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, I think each music, each lane has space, you know what I mean? People just gotta also give them that light, you know what I mean?
And you spoke on Kendrick, which I'm sure you guys probably ride around and listen to Kendrick. Is there any other, you know, younger dudes like that you really fuck with heavy that you ride around listening to?
I listen to a lot of stuff, man. Like I'm not even how I'm saying everything was directed trap. I listen to trap shit. I listen to, you know what I'm saying? I listen to conscious shit sometime. I listen to slower shit. Like, you know what I mean? I listen to different vibes just to enjoy music. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you only listen to one style of music, you really just, you know, your mind ain't open to a lot of stuff. You know what I mean?
Off the top of your head, you know, aside from your guys' project, do you have a favorite album, each of you, this year?
I ain't gonna lie, though. I do listen to a lot of late 90s, early 2000s kind of vibes. Like, you know what I mean? I put my own playlists together and ride to them a lot. I do like a lot of projects that's dropped within recent. I like when projects feel like projects where you get an experience and you jump into that project. You know what I mean? So like Kendrick, for say, even To Pimp a Butterfly, I couldn't sit and listen to that all day, but I love the beauty of the project of it. Like, he put together a real project. You know what I mean? And I like that. I like when artists jump in full-fledged and do that. You know what I'm saying?
There's been a lot of moments. We got a Hove album this year. That talks about getting an Eminem album.
That's dope.
I mean, it's dope. Like,
dope.
The game is in a special place.
And that's when hip-hop was fruitful, when you was getting projects from different guys and different. You know what I mean? Whenever hip hop goes down a one-way street is when we lose. When people is dropping all over and touching.
Working
you know what I
together,
mean?
supporting each other.
Yeah, I hope even this project sparks other, you know, your favorite artists to jump together and say, yo, let's do a joint. Let's do some 10 songs real quick. Just to, you know what I mean? It's good for the game. It's good for the culture. It's good for the fan bases. You know what I mean? It mixes a lot of stuff. So I think all of that is good, man. I always want to see hip hop growing. You know what I'm saying, and becoming a bigger and bigger genre. You know what I mean?
Got to talk sports with y'all before you get out of here.
Oh, yeah.
How you feeling about this early start to this NBA season?
NBA kind of wicked right now.
It's interesting.
Interesting. Very, very interesting. That was a good word. It's very interesting. It's hard to.
You a fan of the super team, strategy?
I wasn't at first because I felt like the NBA as a whole is gonna suffer for it. Like you only want to watch like 16, 18,
Exactly.
really.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I mean?
They getting up there though. It's gonna, in a few more years, it's gonna be quite a couple more super teams.
Yeah. No, there's
young
several
teams
teams with
The
a
young
couple.
teams is getting stronger.
Yeah.
And I come from the '90s where you had your squad and it was about your squad beating.
Yo,
You know what I
like
mean?
that.
It was like
Exactly.
it wasn't about teaming up. You know what I mean? But I understand it's a different game now, and even like if players are. You know how you say where the business side come in, where the teams is doing whatever they have to do. So now the players are trying to like push back and say, well, we doing what we have to do to win, to preserve our careers, to preserve our even trying to get championships. They, you know what I mean? They doing what they have to do
to get it done.
So I understand that as well too. You know what I mean?
Who you guys? Who you like watching right now? I mean, the Knicks are looking good.
The
better.
Knicks is looking good. I was a little salty that they let Melo go. Kisses talked me into, accepting, what I
Yeah,
mean?
Melo's happy. The Knicks are happy. It was a win-win.
Right. I was just mad.
I mean, no, it's hard to
I
think
like
of the
Melo
Knicks.
in New York.
Yeah.
He's a New Yorker. I'm a New Yorker. I like seeing Melo in the city. You know what I mean? But I gotta, like you said, you gotta accept it. That's all I can
It
do
looks
at this
promising though with Porzingis.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
Porzingis is a good player, man.
KP is doing work.
He's a good player.
They getting rough out there too, man. They took some real offense when LeBron was in town last week.
Oh yeah, LeBron. It's two-sided with that. LeBron posted up the King of New York joint. People was a little feeling away, but the Knicks let him do that.
Yeah,
They
they
gave the
had
game
that
away.
game.
Right.
They had that
Yeah,
game. So
up 20 points and let LeBron come back. He's supposed to go out there and post
Flex
you know
a
what I
little?
mean? Yeah, a little Instagram stunt. You know what I mean?
You're not against the
IG
Instagram stunt.
I'm never against an IG stunt. I'm always with an IG stunt. Remember
Oh,
that.
wait.
Remember that. Put that on my tombstone.
You're always with an
Always
Instagram.
with an IG stunt.
That's right. How about LeVar Ball, man?
Yeah, because it's
building a brand.
He done
man.
talked his way into
Yeah.
Donald Trump mouth. Like, he
Man,
you know what I mean?
real.
Like,
He's doing his job.
he doing his job, I guess, man.
People
I
look
think,
at him.
Yeah.
and even on a father tip, like he talk a lot of shit, but he might get dad of the year. Like, you know what I mean? Like he done made and Lonzo ain't even, to me, hasn't stepped up as a player, but he's still getting all of this attention. He's still like the Lakers, face of the Lakers.
Yeah.
His dad.
Yeah, his dad done,
all from his
you know what I
dad.
mean?
And he's
Kiss
good.
got on the Lonzo Ball whole
I
suit
see it.
right now.
I
Like,
see it.
He ain't repping.
you know what I mean?
His pops, man. LeVar.
LeVar listens to the show, man. He'll hear
LeVar's
it.
doing his thing, man. Shout out to LeVar, man. I'm gonna cop me some big baller.
LeVar needs to talk
Gear
about
and
Friday
sneakers.
on Elm Street. Yo, put
Yeah.
that in.
Tell LeVar, yeah.
LeVar,
Do
tell
a little bit
everybody
of
that-
Friday on Elm Street talking in your rants.
One of your rants.
Friday on Elm Street, Big Baller Brand merch coming soon? Or
I mean, that sounds like something that could be.
We could talk to y'all forever, man. Thank you guys
Thanks for having us.
very
man.
much for coming up. He
Wait,
didn't rule it out.
How them shoes doing out here? Y'all,
No one's received
You
them.
got a pair of them, Just?
I didn't. Nah, I didn't.
I don't
Nobody
think they
received them.
pairs.
Yeah.
I think Lonzo got them all. I don't know.
Anybody in here got
Anybody-
any ball sneakers? No?
Not yet.
The triple
Honestly,
B's, the
I-
Baller,
BBBs?
the big
I
baller.
haven't seen them in person yet.
Yeah, I'm yet to see those, man.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna support whenever you're able to get a pair.
Yeah.
How
Yeah,
much were they?
if-
Isn't they like
They were
500?
like $500.
$500.
I mean, if they were
I don't
in
know, I could
store,
smoke
I think
Maybe
that'd
you'd
be a
roll up
different
in-
You could give me a pair. I might rock them if you give me a pair. I ain't paying for it. I'm gonna just be straight up. We on the LA Leakers. I gotta leak it, baby. I'm not paying
He don't need that 500. They got it now. They in there, man.
Right.
I know the Trump supporters ain't getting them.
Hell no. Fab, you got a favorite sneaker of 2017?
Favorite sneaker 20. I like some of those. I like those the off-white ones. I think those was really creative.
Yeah.
I think he took the shoe and did his own thing with it. Like chopped it up, flipped it, put the new laces in it,
Yeah.
put the neon orange and the green laces in it. I think he really you know, a lot of collabs. Sometimes people are just, you know, putting their little touch on it or put their logo.
No, he definitely added his flavor to it.
Yeah, they let him do something they ain't let nobody do. Though.
Yeah.
They let him tamper with the.
With the actual.
That's true too. Because Nike is a little tight.
They just let you put a stripe, extra.
Yeah.
Something on it. They let him.
They don't even be wanting you to put your name on it or nothing. Like, so.
He got the juice up there.
Yeah.
He got the juice. Kiss, favorite sneaker of the year? You got one?
I say Air Force Ones made a strong comeback.
Like those? Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. Yeah. Wasn't it like an anniversary or something this year? Or I know they had
I don't even know.
A good year though.
Yeah, they did put out some crazy forces.
Yeah, forces had it because they was going a little bit.
Yeah,
came back strong.
I don't know if I'm getting old or I'm starting to comfort in shoes means a lot for me right now. I'm telling you.
So
comfort and
telling you, man. Comfort is coming back strong. That's all I'm gonna say. Comfort is hot right now. All of that cool.
I'm hearing them big ballers.
It's comfortable.
Super comfy.
On
the way.
That's what I'm hearing, bro. I'm hearing they hug your feet.
I keep seeing Lonzo with all type of Nikes on.
If Lonzo ain't wearing the balls, how I'm supposed to wear the balls?
We're going to get it worked out. We're going to get it figured out. And
Pause.
We'll get back to y'all on it. Right. Yeah, that's a super pause. Man, thank y'all so much for coming up and hanging out tonight with the LA Leakers.
Next time we come back, we come with some bars, though.
Definitely.
Oh, you ain't got to tell us twice. We'll go.
That sounds dangerous.
I just want that, like we might walk in, you might have to have a beat on the walk in. Like,
that sounds dangerous.
It ain't gonna be we don't need to interview, talk, and all that, you know.
We going straight to work.
Yeah. Come in, I just want to hear the cut. Ficky.
Boom.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Los Angeles. Hey.
That's how the video got it. We got to just walk in, sit down, and just start spitting. That's
Kiss
how
does one of the best LA Leaker drops ever. Because it was on one of the records he had. Remember back in the day he was telling me the story about the Jay-Z record or something like that?
It was, a song is still crazy, though. I play it for people, and they be like, what's that? I'm going to play it for him. I bet he don't even know about that.
I love hearing the music. Don't you guys love hearing
that's what we do.
Always, man.
So just so we know, next time we just the beat, just throw the beat on. That's how it's going to go down?
Just like that.
On the walk-in.
On the walk-in.
Okay.
Two of our favorites right here, man. Y'all are the best, man. Real MCs, true hip hop, man.
Appreciate you.
Trying to keep it alive for the real MCs, man. Any young kids who rapping and they, you know, they really writing and writing their bars and, you know, don't get discouraged. You know what I mean? Just stay to your craft. You know, I know it's a lot of other shit going on right now, but stay to your craft, man. Keep writing, keep spitting. And keep perfecting your craft. You know what I'm saying? That's where we come from.
That's right. Power 106.
Yeah.
Sour Milk, Just Incredible, Fab, Kiss, the whole team is here. LA Leakers, #1 for hip hop.